Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we're going to take a look at the 2023 Toyota Rav4 Woodlands Edition. This model is finished off in a beautiful Cavalry Blue. Starting MSRP is right around $34,000. Now, powering this Rav4 is the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder hybrid. It's paired to the CVT transmission. It has 219 horsepower. For the torque from the electric motors, you're looking at 149 up front and 89 for the rear motor. Now that power is sent through the full-time four-wheel drive system, and this has around 38 miles per gallon in the city, 35 out on the highway. Now as we work our way to the exterior styling, you'll notice that we have the blue shadow for this front badge, indicating that it is a hybrid. The badge is also the forward sensor for the adaptive cruise. We have plenty of cutouts both in this grille and down in the lower section. There is some plastic for the middle section of the bumper there. And then we have the LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals. Very nice, sleek design that matches all this bodywork. And then of course we have the fog lights down below. Few lines running down the hood too, just to give it more of that sporty appearance. And then for this Woodlands Edition, not only do you get a little bit larger of a tire, but you also get a beautiful set of bronze wheels. So it's a very nice color combo, especially with this blue. That is pretty much what you get for the Woodlands, a little bit more ground clearance from those tires. Now we have the body colored side mirrors with the turn signal. We even have a roof rack system up top. This Rav4 is capable of the trails, which you will see here later. And so you have an extra place where you can put a lot of your equipment to take with you for your adventures. We have the all-wheel drive badge, some more of that plastic in the lower side skirt, as well as the mud flaps, both front and rear. Now, as we work our way to the back of this Rav4, we have the integrated spoiler with the brake light and the wiper blade. As you can tell, this has been around the trail system here all day. We have the LED taillights, backup camera, and then the dual exhaust in the lower section. Now let's work our way to the cargo space where we have the lift gate, and then we also have the Woodland Edition floor mat, so that way you can keep the back a little bit cleaner. We do have the shade here that you can install so you can hide some of your items, but we also have a 12 volt and then a few auxiliaries over on that right side, a little bit of storage too. And then you can also fold down these back seats. So I'll just push one down at the moment where you'll notice it has more to protect the backings. So when you put in some larger items, definitely makes it a lot more usable. And there's two grab handles. It's very lightweight, so it's easy to close. Now as we work our way to the back seats, you'll notice the door panel has a nice design. We have some of this brush trim along with a little bit of storage, and then the speaker with the Rav4 logo. You can quickly pop these seats back into place where they have a two-tone design for the cloth, and then we have some more of the all-weather floor mats with the Christmas tree-like designs down below. Now at 5'10" with the front seat at my height, this is actually very spacious. For the smaller size that this is, I have around 3 or 4 inches above my head and plenty of room for my legs. There's air vents along with some more auxiliaries, and you even get the armrest in the middle with 2 cup holders. And these seats also recline. So I currently have this one reclined, the other side is up at the moment. Honestly, you could go on a long trip and be very comfortable in these back seats. Now up front, we have the same design, a little bit more storage, all the window side mirror adjustments, very large grab handle. And then once we hop inside, we can go ahead and fire this up. And now that we have the Rav4 powered on, let's go over all the tech that is available. Let's start off with the steering wheel here, where on the right side we have the cruise and adaptive cruise control settings with the lane keeping assist, mode, and tuning. Left side you get volume, Bluetooth, and voice commands, and then we can use all of these for the gauge cluster. Now on the far left side, there's power, eco, and charge for that EV system, fuel, engine temperature on the right side. And then we can scroll through some various information, like all of your trip information. You can pull up your compass, look at your audio. There's even the all-wheel drive system that you can monitor, as well as the battery where the power is being sent. And you have a lot more safety features that you can turn on and off, and any messages that you want to look at. Now, along with that, let's move down to the different driving modes where we have EV mode, we have a trail mode, Eco Sport, and normal. When you push on these, you will just see it light up. The gauge cluster will change for sport mode there, along with eco, and then EV when you have the battery charged and ready to go. Now on this left side, there's actually a really nice compartment where you can place your phone or smaller items, maybe the key fob. We have the automatic headlights and a dimmer switch. And then for this touchscreen system, If we start up top, we have navigation, so you can pull that up. Oh, I think it's always nice to have built-in nav. You have your music, your phone. If you go into the car icon, you have trip information, even your energy flow, so you can see where the power is being sent. You have vehicle alerts, and then various settings that you can go through just to customize it the way that you would like to. Power and volume is down below, along with 2 air vents. Check out the size of these knobs for your climate adjustments. Even if you're wearing gloves, it makes it much easier to control these, where we have the dual zone. You have a few other controls within those, fan speed, all the defrosters and everything like that. Below that, we do have traction control, and then you have a lot of storage space with a 12 volt. You can put your CBs there if you need to. And let's put this into reverse now. So you have that backup camera. You have 2 different angles along with the guidelines, so you can adjust those as needed. You can even though this is a CVT, you can actually change gears with the shifter. Very nice for off-roading, which you will see. We have the auto hold along with the parking brake, 2 cup holders, and then an area where you can place all of your food for your adventures with some more auxiliaries. Now on this passenger side, this is the same type of design you saw on the driver's side, where you can place a lot more items. We have plenty of storage in that glove box too. And then last up, let's take a look at these 2-tone seats for the driver. Really nice lateral support to them. And we even have a sunglass holder up top along with your dome lights. But now it is time to get this Rav4 Woodlands Edition out on these trails and see how it does. Now that we're behind the wheel for the Rav4, I have it in the trail mode, which I think just helps modulate the all-wheel drive, maybe the power that you're getting from the throttle just a little bit more. Now, what is very surprising about this Rav4 is the fact that you can actually do what we are doing with it today and what everyone has been doing with it for the last couple of days. This is awesome to see that Toyota has geared this towards the adventurous style lifestyle. You're going camping, you're going somewhere off the beaten path, and this is a vehicle that you want. It's very, very spacious for its size, but it is so impressive what it can do as we start to enter these trails. As far as its ground clearance and everything goes, just with this stock, it's not a vehicle that you're really going to be modifying. I've seen a few lifted Rav4s, but just in its stock form, this is really cool. And I love too that being a hybrid, you're using a little bit more of that EV system. Like right now, all you hear is the electric power. When it really needs more power, the gas engine will kick in. But it's so far nice and peaceful. You hear that EV hum. And we're going up from what we've seen in other vehicles. This doesn't have pitch and roll. This is about a 15-degree incline, and it does it with ease. I am so impressed. This is the underdog from Toyota, especially in the lineup today with all the TRD Pros. I'm sure if they made a TRD Pro Rav4, it may have a few more functions to it. But this is extremely impressive. And now we're jumping it up another couple levels. This is so impressive. We're good on ground clearance because we have done this a few times today. But look at that. Not even any scraping, and it may not come across on camera, but that is a pretty steep embankment to drive through. And again, we're back in EV. If I give it more gas, you'll hear the engine kick on there, but the power delivery is incredibly smooth. And the ride is also very nice. Now, even though this is kind of built for off-road, it doesn't have an upgraded suspension, but it still seems to handle very, very nicely for the standard suspension that it does have. Now, Toyota does make a few other Rav4 models that do have more upgraded suspension. We have a little bit of wheel spin there, and it is such a small SUV that it makes it very good for tight trail situations like this. And one thing that I also want to talk about too is the fact that once we saw this being able to go through these trails, I immediately thought about Subarus, because Subarus are a vehicle that a lot of people take on adventures. But with the Toyota, not only do you get the reliability, you also get the hybrid system. And I think that is something that is becoming more beneficial, especially in some smaller vehicles like this, to where you can go back and forth between that EV and the gas, but it also has the capabilities to go where some other brands will go. But you get to be in a Toyota, and you also get to follow your bigger brother. We have the 4Runner TRD Pro in front of us, which this thing can hang with for most of the trail. That is going to have a lot more mechanical advantages compared to this. But if you're just looking for a nice, smaller size, family style SUV, but you're a little bit adventurous and you want to take it off the pavement, this is not only a great vehicle for on-road, which we have some other videos if you want to see what this is like on the pavement. It's a very comfortable, smooth driving, daily driving SUV. And then for off-road too, it's just as smooth. I mean, we're going 15, 20 miles an hour, and this is nothing. It's so comfortable and quiet. It's so impressive to see Toyota bringing some of the off-roading characteristics to even the non-focused off-roaders if you still want to get out and have some fun. So let's give it another acceleration here. Woo! Definitely a lot of fun. But that's going to wrap it up for the Rav4 Woodlands. This is a vehicle that you can take off the pavement. Very impressive to see what it can do in its stock form. Even though it's not an off-roader, Toyota will let you go places in your Rav4. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up, smash that subscribe button. Stay tuned for the rest of the TRD Pro lineup that we have filmed through these trails. And I will see you all in the next video.